Alrighty, welcome everybody to the 2025 NCAA Tournament Round of 64 press conference. A couple of announcements before we get going. As a courtesy to your fellow media members as well as the coaches and student athletes, please silence your cell phones. Please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conferences. If you are joining on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions. We will address questions in the room first and then get to Zoom if time allows. Recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. We are joined by Richmond, head coach Aaron Roussel, student athletes Addie Budnick and Maggie Dugan. We'll begin with an opening statement with Coach and then go to questions to the players first, dismiss them, and then go to questions back to Coach. Coach?
Wow. Just could not be more proud, could not be more impressed. Led by these two, but the entire program, entire university, entire department. This sounds cheesy and corny, but man, it took a long time for us to get over the A10 tournament. And that wasn't. I said earlier, there's nothing entitled. It wasn't like we thought it was just going to happen. But this team wanted it so bad, and for me, not giving them that moment was crushing. The last couple weeks, could not be more proud of our staff for the work that went into it. It was a lot. I just begged and worked and just to give them this moment. They deserved it, and they balled out today. I could feel it coming this week. I think the three of us will admit we didn't feel it coming, the first practice coming after the A10. It took us a while to get over it, but adversity makes you do special things, and these guys bounced back. They used the lesson. They learned the lesson. They used the lesson, and they got after it, man. Today was awesome, but I'm probably equally and probably more impressed with the process that these guys have put in here the week plus to give us this opportunity today.
Questions for the student athletes?
Hey guys, Chad Bishop from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Maggie, was there something you guys saw on film when scouting Georgia Tech that you knew you could expose them?
No, not really. I think that our offense is just really hard to guard. So we knew that anybody that we were going to go against was going to have trouble guarding us. We watched a lot of film. We kind of studied their tendencies, so we knew what would be open and what wouldn't be open. I think we did a really good job of exposing that, but just anything specific, I was just not really. We were balling on a different level today.
Addie, Maggie, could you both please tell us what it means to be a part of this program's first NCAA tournament victory after 5 years for you, 3 years for you? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think both of us have been a part of a ton of firsts for this team. Writing our own history with this team. Maggie obviously had a hell of a game guiding us through that, but just getting this win on this stage, representing Richmond. We're just a small school in Virginia, so being able to make some noise on a national level means so much, and being able to represent our school is just incredible.
Yeah, Courtney Swider said this in the locker room. She was like, just imagine how proud your little selves would be, like your 5-year-old selves. Like, that's just what you play for. You play for, everything that you've worked for, and you play for the person next to you. And I'm very honored to be playing with, my best friends, and we had a really good time today. And, it's an incredible feeling being able to do this for not just us, but, the university as a whole.
You missed 4 of your first 5 shots, then you basically didn't miss again, took over the game on both ends. What does it feel like? I know you'll talk about the team and the offense and everything, but what does it feel like to drop a 30 and 15 in the NCAA tournament?
Just saying that again, as what you just dream of as a kid, so obviously it means a lot. My family's here, so just being able to do that in front of them is really cool, and they've seen my progress from when I was really little. A lot of them have been to almost every single one of my games, so it's a special feeling. Not going to forget it, definitely, but obviously I wouldn't have done it without my teammates, my coaches, everybody just having my back and telling me to keep shooting after missing 4.
Any more questions for the players?
Maggie, what are we, 2 hours away from your birthday?
2? No. Well,
Eastern
tomorrow.
time, sorry. We're a couple hours away
yes. It's a great
from
birthday
a happy
present.
birthday.
Great birthday present.
Well, we'll end with the players there, and we'll go to questions for the coach.
We're good. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yep. Questions for Coach?
Greg Beecham with the AP. You talked about it briefly before, but what does it mean to you to get this NCAA tournament victory, to get the next milestone that's in the big picture, the things that you want to work toward as a program?
Yeah, I think personally you enjoy being with this team, and so that was the crushing thing. Is at some point we all know things have to end, right? But didn't want to go out the way that we did in the A10 tournament. So I think that was a huge part of it. But I think we've talked a lot with this group that there's going to be a legacy component to this team, and we wanted that really bad. And they're going to celebrate this today, but that group in that locker room is going to remember this day for the rest of their life. And every time they come back for a school reunion, they're going to talk about this. Everybody that was in the stands today is going to talk about this today. And we wanted to have that for the rest of our lives. We talked about having that for the rest of our lives last year. The new people on this team didn't get to have that. That was crushing. So we wanted to have a legacy moment with this group for this university, for somebody to talk about for the rest of their lives together. And so we'll celebrate it today, but I think a huge thing for us is just what it's going to mean whenever this ends, what it's going to mean then, and then what it's going to mean 5, 10, 15, forever.
I guess along those same lines, how much did the experience of last year help the kids who came back for this year in this tournament?
It helped. I've said this for a long time, having successful teams, that you get something that next season. And I thought we did have it all year. It didn't go well. It wasn't because we didn't, just sometimes it's basketball still, right? Going against good teams. So the last time we were out here, we'd won 17 in a row and then dropped one. Those things happen. And, again, just the bounce back from the group, it did give us confidence. I think being out there, I could not believe how calm we all were. Honest to God, for me, not that it's about that, but I just weirdly was like, why are we so calm? The preparation our staff put into this was incredible. It was really enjoyable this week working with our staff, putting this together. Really enjoyable with our kids, engaged, asking questions, really, really wanting to be a part of this, asking questions, sometimes giving me a look like, are we sure we're doing this right? And, you kind of roll with it until you need to adjust. But they were really locked in. They all really wanted this. And I think, especially for that core group last year that had been here before, that was a boost. It didn't mean we were going to win. It didn't mean but that was going to. I don't know how many advantages we had against those guys, how many columns we had, but we knew that was going to be an advantage for us. Any
more questions for Coach?
Pauley, you get an ESPN coach. She talked about it a little bit, but what can you say about Maggie's performance and what makes her so good at what she's able to do?
Well, I think when you have moments like this, you need to be prepared. There needs to be preparation. There's a scouting. There's a playing well together as a team, all of those. But you kind of need to have somebody that's going to have a day. And I think we said 30 and 15, which is incredible. She had 6 assists. I think she probably had a couple early that we maybe didn't finish that she could have maybe even had more. But there was just a hunger and a drive from her. We've seen that from her before, talking with Maggie since the last game, I think she shouldered a lot of this, We together talked about how, being wired similarly and feeling like this was on us, and it was shouldering a lot of that, which was completely unfair for her. But she is going to bounce back, and she has every single time that we've been out there. She's just an incredible competitor. Sometimes that hurts her with, say, a second foul or a charge or whatever else, but I know you're always going to get the extreme, fierce competitor from Maggie Dugan, and you saw that today. And it wasn't just because she made shots. She went up and got rebounds. You don't get 15 rebounds by just the other team missing shots or being in the right spot or whatever. You got to go get some, and she went and got some today, and that was impressive. I just think her all-around game, and that's why we recruited her here. That's what we've talked about. She'll be the first to tell you her best quality is her versatility. She used that today on both ends, and really proud of the growth that we've seen from her.
We'll end it there unless coaches any more closing remarks.
No, I mean, again, just super proud of our players and excited that they got this. I will say, even as a league, I think we've talked about this for a long time, of building this as a league and being respected to the level. And, George Mason plays tomorrow, I think. I think that's going to be, whoever's got them is going to have a tough one. We talked about St. Joe's. Like, this is a league that we've been building this for a while. The coaches have taken a lot of pride in building this. We've had support of our administration from the university. This feels good for us today. I don't want to say the word pressure, but I felt a lot from the other A10 coaches that this was our chance to spread our wings a little bit and show what we can do in this league. And this is a league that's going to be here for a while, and there's more of this to come from our league.
Thanks for your time, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2025 NCAA Tournament Round of 64 press conference. A couple of announcements before we get going. As a courtesy to your fellow media members, as well as the coaches and student athletes, please silence your cell phones. Please provide your name and media affiliation each time you ask a question during the press conferences. If you are joining on Zoom, please use the raise hand function for questions. We will address questions in the room first and go to Zoom if time allows. Recording press conferences on cell phones or cameras is prohibited. We are joined by Georgia Tech head coach Nell Fortner and student athletes Kayla Blackshear and Kara Dunn. We'll start with an opening statement from head coach Fortner.
Yeah, just say congratulations to Richmond. I thought they played a really, fine ball game. Really tough team to guard, and just our best wishes to them as they move forward. Just a tough night for us. Thought we started out pretty good, and then it just got away from us, and we just couldn't get it back. And but we have a senior here that's just finishing up her career and really came to Georgia Tech and did a really good job, and we're going to miss her a lot. So we appreciate everything that she's done. That's Kayla Blackshear. But it was just a tough night for us. Couldn't find the basket, and I thought we had some good looks and just couldn't find the basket. I thought we lost some confidence down there, along the way. But we have to learn from it and move on.
Just a poor shooting night, or was it more than that?
Sometimes you can't control whether the ball goes in or not, but I felt like there were moments that we knew our shot wasn't going in, but we stepped it up on defense. But at that point, it was just too late. We were too far in the hole. So when things aren't going the way we want them to, we need to control the other things that we can control. And I think we just waited too late to do that.
How tough was Dugan, number 44, tonight to handle?
You guarded her more.
Yeah, you go ahead, Kayla.
She's a very very good player. Like I think she got Player of the Year for her conference. She's a very good player, and everything that she did is what she's been doing all year, and we guarded it to the best of our abilities. But she just had a great night tonight.
Kayla, what Coach was just saying, you're a senior. How proud are you of this group and how far they've come, and to be a part of getting this team back to the tournament?
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, just how proud are you of this group to get back to the NCAA tournament and leave on this legacy that you have?
I'm very proud because my freshman year, I was able to sit on the sidelines and watch and get the experience of just seeing everything and taking it all in. And then now my senior year, being able to lead this younger group and this veteran group that's been with me and just make sure that we just take it all in and leave something better than how I found it. And so I hope that they can continue that on and go further next year because they're a really good bunch of players.
Kara, how much will this drive you guys in the offseason heading into next year to get back to this point?
I think we're definitely going to use this as fuel, me personally, because I know that I didn't play the way I wanted to for my team tonight. So yeah, I'm definitely using it as fuel for next year, and we want to make it back. This was a great opportunity to be able to make it, and it's not easy, it's not given. So next year we definitely need to work for it again, but also when we get here, actually make it worth it.
Any more questions in the room? We'll end it there unless, Coach, you have any last closing remarks on the season and the seniors. You don't? Thank you. Thank you, Georgia Tech.
Thank you.